The featured guest for this year's Conversation with a Kansas Agricultural Producer has become, over the years, a stalwart leader and prominent spokesperson not only for the pork industry, but for all of agriculture. Michael Springer heads up a highly successful agricultural enterprise near Independence in southeast Kansas. Michael and his wife Christy are in partnership with Michael's parents and grandparents, aunt and uncle. Michael has seriously taken up the cause of telling the story of food production to a public that remains far removed from the agricultural scene, his message stressing that agricultural producers are committed to producing healthy and high-quality food. Michael's passion for farming started early and was sharpened even more during his studies at Kansas State University.
I had a great college experience. I graduated Ag-Econ in 2000. College taught us how to think and think critically and in detailed manner, and I think that's really valuable. Got a lot more exposure to the outside, to what goes on in the industry and away from the farm. That's valuable. Coursework, I still pull out my farm management strategies book occasionally. And my favorite class at K-State was Barry Flinchbaugh's ag policy class. It's really funny. Somebody will talk about, as I've become more active in some of the policy work through some of the commodity groups, I think a lot about kings and kingmakers, and Dr. Flinchbaugh used to talk about that all the time, and I will be somewhere like, I think that person might be a kingmaker. And, I think about that a lot. And just having that perspective and getting an understanding of how the political arena worked, I think helps me to function better as I try to serve the industry in those roles. My dad and my uncle both went into farming with my granddad when they got out of high school. And then in 1980, my uncle went out on his own and farmed for himself and started his own hog farm. My dad and my grandpa continued to farm and raise pigs together. In 2000, they brought me on board. I'm the only third generation partner in the family business. I have a sister. She farms with her husband's family here north of Neodesha, about 20 miles from home. In 2008, we developed our company Springer Family Foods, where we merged the hog farm my uncle had built in with the hog farms that my dad and grandpa had accumulated over time and that I was in partnership with, and took two farms and made one. And we've done that now for 6 years, and it's been a really healthy move for my family. Made us more competitive. We do a lot better job using the resources we have, doing it together than we did separately. Two of us are involved in the family business, third generation. My cousin Jackie is our office manager. She's the one that really knows what's going on here. I'm just supposed to. Jackie's the one that really keeps this place afloat. She does a lot of our human resources work and does all the financial management, all the books. One thing that is unique about our business is we do operate our crop production and our hog production as separate entities. And if we do anything that shares across, we try to our best of our ability, bill each side to keep those separately so that we can get a true picture of how we're doing on the pig production side compared to the crop side. My dad and grandpa and I are a partnership on 5,000 acres. We raise wheat, corn, and soybeans. Our soybeans primarily go to whatever bean meal processor we're purchasing meal from. We buy a lot more meal than we actually produce soybeans in most years. We retain ownership of the pigs all the way through. We sell to Cargill, Wichita-based company, a packing plant, and most of our pigs go to Beardstown, Illinois. We do have a shackle space agreement. We're what they call a committed producer, which means they have space saved at the plant for about 80,000 pigs a year from our operation. Most of our pigs are sold on some type of a cash market agreement. We have a formula price based on a USDA market report, and the only time that we're not, for day of delivery, about 50% of our pigs I do sell in some type of a forward contract as a risk management program. One of the things that I think we as producers get frustrated about and miss out on is consumer relations, and people are extremely interested in where their food comes from. as farmers, we are extremely private about what we do and really don't want to share. And the experiences that we've had to either bring someone into our farm or tell the story about our farm have been so rewarding, because people just want to know that we care about producing food. And if we have to figure out ways to share that, even though we don't want to, even though I don't want to walk 50 people into my hog production facility because it's too much health risk. We've got to figure out ways to educate people, because if we educate people and share the passion that we have in food production with them, then they're going to be passionate about what we do, and people aren't going to be fighting us about how we do things. My family is very committed to what we do and doing a good job, and my uncle is a very strong businessman and a very, very good at analyzing situations and making quick decisions. And I admire that, because sometimes I'm kind of slow in my decision making. And I think that, you know, having the opportunity to mesh those kind of qualities together is something that has made me a better manager. And I hope that I can teach my children some of those things.